Well, at the tiebreak, when I was going down a bit with the score, I was, obviously disappointed with that, and at that point, I was mentally on a scale, either left or right. Either I'm gonna break, or either I was asking myself, am I gonna change anything for the fifth set, or if it comes, or that I'm gonna keep going with the same game plan. But then I decided to stay mentally tough, and I was thinking about third and fourth set. I didn't play poorly. I just Joe came up with amazing shots in the critical points, especially on all three match points that I had. He played great points. I could have done, of course, something differently. Could have played some shots differently and picked different spots. But the way I was playing them, I didn't choose any bad shots, or that I played bad points, and just kept going with it. Sticked with my plan and stayed mentally tough. It was a very difficult day, very demanding, very hot, and of course a lot of on the line for the match, and obviously with emotions, and mentally was very exhausting. So at the fifth set I was of course feeling a bit tired, but I was able to go through it.
Hey, for a minute, people win Grand Slams, say the hardest thing to do is come back and defend a Grand Slam. You're deep into the tournament now, so you must feel a certain amount of pride and relief to have come this far, even as a defending champion.
Yeah, I would say the word pride. I wouldn't, pick a word relief in there. I came to the tournament knowing that I can play well here, that I just need few matches to get into the rhythm, and that's what happened. I was feeling that I was starting to hit the ball much better, and in the previous match with Chardy, I finished with the third and fourth set really strongly. I was playing really good tennis, and today to beat Joe with at a demanding day like this, it's of course a huge accomplishment.
So he's a very popular guy. How did you manage to steal a crowd away from him?
Well, I don't think I stole the crowd, as they were of course forcing. They want to see longer match. Obviously, that's always like it is, and I didn't mind actually them cheering for Joe in the third set when he won the third, and especially when he held his serve to stay in the match when I had some match points. And I just kept my coolness, and at the end I used a little bit of emotions to pump up the crowd at critical points. But I was again in front, and they were of course cheering again for Joe. But that's absolutely normal, and it was great atmosphere. I really enjoyed the match.
Willie, how would you describe the respect that you've had coming back as a defending champion, and is it maybe less because we still have those named players, Federer and Nadal and Djokovic, back, and you're still somebody who isn't as well known?
I felt that it was a huge respect from even the tournament, and people around and players around. I really felt that I'm coming differently to the tournament, and I'm feeling differently, and the things are set up completely different. I played several matches on the stadium, Arthur Ashe Stadium, and that I think there is no bad points, anything about it, and I just enjoying to play here.
And how does the absence at this stage of the tournament of Rafa and Andy Murray affect your chances, do you think?
I don't think that matters much. Of course, they are great players, but still you got in the draw the guys who played the best these last 10 days, and obviously all of them have deserved their spot to be here. The names that most of the time circling around, they are of course the best players. That they can play the best at most consistent time, But you know, these guys that are left in the tournament, they are very dangerous, can play well. There is Stan, there is Roger still in, Novak, even Anderson is playing great tennis. So it's, you know, very open field.
Carrollton did.
Yeah, the ankle is doing okay. I was a bit scared after the match with Chardy, but you know, it's all right. It's great to have also 2 more days until semis. Actually, third 3 days, and yeah, I think it's going to be okay.
Dave, when you slice some drop shots at some critical moments, were you trying to get him to move a lot because of his knee?
I actually didn't plan that before the points, or you know, that I had that in the game. With Joe, it's tough to get opportunities to you know, play some drop shots. I actually played a couple that were very critical at the end of the match, and obviously he had some problems with his knee, and I felt his serve in the 3rd set went down a bit with the speed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to break him, but afterwards he was serving big, and I didn't see, you know, that, you know, it was causing too much trouble for him. Of course, he wasn't at the best shape, but you know, I was, you know, trying to think about myself more.
Stan.
Today was one of the hottest days of the tournament, maybe the hottest day. How did you deal with that out on the court for a long match, 5 sets? Did you feel okay physically in that way?
Was very demanding, as I mentioned, very difficult match, psychologically as well. 2 sets to up, down, up, 2 sets to up, 2 sets to 0. Lost my words. I don't know what I'm talking anymore. And you know, to lose the 4th set like that after 3.5 hours, whatever, and it was very difficult. Extremely tough conditions today.
In the back, then, Pete.
No, you. So speaking of psychologically demanding, I know you have a younger brother who plays tennis. Can you imagine one day playing him on a stadium like this, the way the Strings are doing now?
Actually, I was mentioning that to my team in the locker room when we saw girls coming out on the court, and I said I can't imagine myself, you know, playing against brother. So that would be very difficult. But you know, would be absolutely nice with me that he would be on the tour, and that would, you know, I would be more proud about him than myself.
Ruben, you're a quiet, introverted guy. Joe is a showman. Do you really care how involved the crowd is, or how much they support you? Do you think about this during a match? Do you think, I mean, gee, they're not really behind me, or they are behind me, they're for the other guy, they're not for the other guy? What goes through your mind about that?
It doesn't really affect me, you know. At most times when, you know, player is affected by these things is when he's nervous, or, you know, under stress, or he's down with the score, or, you know, when things are not going his way. And for me, I really don't mind. Of course, you know, I can have some tough days during the year that it would you know, cause some provocation to me, but most of the time, 99% of the time, I really don't mind. I'm just focused on myself and trying to play tennis.
Did it affect the 3rd and 4th set, for instance, when you were under stress?
No. I mean, I'm aware that that, you know, the crowd wants to see more tennis. I was, you know, in a similar situation several years ago when I played here. I played Novak, and you know, I was down with the score, and then, you know, the crowd was cheering for me. So, you know, it's, you know, goes around.
It's time for a couple more, Bill.
You mentioned think it would be difficult to play a brother. What do you think is so difficult about that against Serena, Venus? What's difficult about that? And the second part of the question is, what's been your perspective of Serena Williams and her sister over the past, say, 5-10 years that you've been involved in this sport?
Well, the most difficult part when you're playing somebody that close is your emotions on the court. Everything is great when, you know, the score is going great in your favor. You're keeping your coolness, and you know, the tough parts is, you know, when the score is not going in your favor and you need to do something. And it's difficult, you know, to be angry, to show emotions, to be either overjoyed or, you know, show like bad emotions. You know, when you're playing somebody that close, is that's I think the biggest difficulty there is. You have to sort of be like more quiet. You're not gonna celebrate the points as much, and you're not gonna go fist pumping to somebody from your family. And for the other question, it's, you know, as everybody's knows that they have changed the tennis, and especially Serena in the last several years, she's showing that she can change history. And then I think she can also, by achieving, you know, if she wins this year, by achieving the Grand Slam, she could help the next generations to be more motivated and to, you know, try to hunt her with the Grand Slam titles.
Carol?
My last question. First, the handshake with Joe wasn't quite warm. I was wondering if you knew why, and also, how do you see the next match with Novak again?
Yeah, I was surprised actually. I don't know. I really don't know why. But, you know, Joe just shook my hand and said congratulations, but that was it. And I don't know for the rest. But if I provoke him or not, I have no idea. I hope not. And for Novak, if it's gonna be him in the semis, definitely toughest match for me, toughest matchup, I would say. You know, I haven't beaten him ever in my career. I had, you know, close matches last few years, but I haven't found the right formula to be able to win a match. And we'll see. Trying to approach every match as a new one. You know, of course, when you look at the statistic that he won that many matches against me, it doesn't, you know, go in my favor absolutely. But when you're coming into the match, it's always going from zero. So it's a new match. It's you know, different stage, and I'm feeling good here on the court.
Thank you. Do you have a question in Croatian?
Yep.